Exciting league just now, and I don't think there's going to be any games between now and the end of the season.
Yes, indeed. There are the teams in the tunnel. Rangers against Hibs, live and exclusive this afternoon from Ibrox Stadium, coming away in just a couple of minutes. The team's coming out, so it's a good time for you to leave Pat and myself, and let's go to our commentary team this afternoon. Alongside Jerry McNee is Charlie Nicholas, but it's over to you, Jerry.
Thank you, Jim, and good afternoon, everyone. Tremendous atmosphere has been building up here at Ibrox over the last half hour or so. Richard Goff there leading out Rangers, and John Hughes leading out Hibernian. So as we compete against Tina Turner here, let me tell you that as we know, Rangers occupy second spot in the championship race, but since last playing Hibs have won just 4 out of 8 games, and manager Walter Smith has been saying he's looking for the determination and commitment of that 4-3 fight back at Easter Road. And Hibs, well, one would suspect, will leave here happy with a point, especially as they have such a poor record here at Ibrox. Well, let's have another look at the team lineup this afternoon. Rangers show 3 changes following their 3-2 defeat of St Johnstone last week, with Cleland, Spencer and Jury in for Perini, Gascoigne and Laudrup. Hibernian, they also have 3 changes after drawing 1-1 with Motherwell. Reid replaces Galton in goal, while Tosh and Lavetti make way for Harper and Jackson. The referee this afternoon, Kenny Clark from Paisley. Well, this is his 3rd visit to Ibrox this season. He handled the first Old Firm match when he was here the day Marco Negri scored his 5 goals against Dundee United. So the match underway, and crucial for both sides. Rangers trying to close the gap on Hearts. Hearts 4 points ahead going into kick-off this afternoon, and Hibernian trying to get away from the basement area. Hibs with just 3 wins in the league this season in 15 games. And as you heard just before kick-off from Jim Duffy, he knows he's under pressure. And if he can take something from here this afternoon, it'll be a major coup for him. But Rangers, in fact, have won 11 of the past 12 league meetings here at Ibrox against Hibernian. That gives you an idea of what Hibs are up against this afternoon. Much has been made of the fact that Gascoigne and Laudrup are missing, but Rangers do have a strong squad to handle the domestic scene. Another full house here this afternoon. Hibs will not want reminded that 2 years ago this very month they came here and lost by 7 goals to 0. And Gordon Jury was instrumental in that with 4 goals. And Walter Smith obviously believing in horses for courses. George Alberts has a tremendous scoring record against Hibernian also. Both of these players in the side this afternoon. And there's Negri! Well, just a minute gone here, and Marco Negri trying to add to his 29 goals this season. It was Darren Dodds who got the touch on it, but broke for Negri.
He's read the situation well, though. Jury, who the links up so well with Negri, in there again, posing a problem. Only one thought in that man's mind, try and hit the target.
Richard Goff is coming for that one, but left it to Tarn. This is Stuart McCall, who's been so influential since he's come back to the Rangers side. Now it's Alberts. Gattuso. Cleland starts a run on the right-hand side. Well, he pulled out of it at the crucial moment. Gattuso played the ball through, anticipating that Cleland would keep that run going. Well, he's a player that's been the subject of transfer speculation recently. Very much in the shop window this afternoon, but another good performance. Can see him find his way back into the team on a more regular basis. Once again, though, it's Marco Negri trying to create all kinds of records here this season. But that's behind for the goal kick. Well, Rangers have no ever presence in their side this season, but Marco Negri has started all of the league matches, and it is quite a remarkable record. I mentioned 29 goals, including 3 penalties. There have been 26 league goals and just 15 league appearances.
Average, I suppose. Interesting to see how Hibs have started with a lineup, Jerry. They've put Harper on the wide left position, and I think with Rougier in the wide right, they're going to try and snuff out the attacking wide men of Rangers, Stensas and Cleland, and McGinley is going to be the main support in midfield area to get forward and support Crawford. So quite cautious start, but maybe probably a shrewd move just to see how the pace of the game settles for the first 10 or so minutes.
Well, Hibs are still trying to come to terms with the defeat at Easter Road a few months back, when they were leading by 3-1, just a minute into the second half, and then collapsed under a Rangers onslaught. Meanwhile, the offside flag is up as Rougier whipped that ball into the middle. Stevie Crawford looks out towards the assistant referee. But, I think he was certainly just straight into an offside position. Touch on by Negri. This is on that Boko. Taking a return from McGinley. It's McGinley again. Harper. Goff goes to meet him. And turns there also. Here's Gattuso. Jury. Well, Gordon Jury, of course, played for the European 11 the other evening in Marseille against the World 11. He's got himself back into the Rangers side this afternoon. And certainly his partnership when he's played has worked well with Marco Negri. But Gordon Jury's had to be a patient man. He's had to sit on the bench a lot this season. Meanwhile, as you can see there, Richard Goff has pushed forward for the corner kick. Pushing, jostling going on with just 5 minutes gone here. That's returned by McCall. It's a difficult one for the goalkeeper. He did well under pressure from Negri. Gattuso tumbles on the edge of the box. Played away by Chris Jackson. Good challenge there by Cleland. Pat McGinley started a run, but he's offside. He wasn't spotted early enough. It was Stevie Crawford who dropped deep to collect the ball, who played the pass through, but just a little late with it. Meanwhile, it's McCall for Rangers. Challenged by Charnley. Free kick. And quickly taken to Tam. And goes Negri under the challenge of Hughes. Play on, says the referee. This is Harper. Oh, good play by Harper. He needs some support here, though. Well, it was good positive play by Kevin Harper, but he really needed someone alongside him. That's nicely laid off by Jury to Alberts. Through for Tern. Well, he had a little look up there to see where he was putting that, and that allowed Chris Jackson to nip in.
Certainly started at a great pace this match, and Hibs are playing their part in it. A good run from Harper. Initially, just a few moments ago, it was the first initial involvement that Reid had to cope with, and he handled it very well. So, good game, fairly open at the moment, and good pace.
Here's Bjorklund. Takes a return from Stensas. Bjorklund again, through now for Marco Negri. Well shadowed there though by Darren Dodds. This is Alberts. Turn. Touch on by Negri, looking for Gordon Jury. Jury challenges well. Cleland's in support. Gattuso's there. So too is Negri. And Chris Reid clutches that one comfortably. But, the clearance not so good. You see there Gattuso. And an easy catch by the goalkeeper. But as he sent the ball forward, it was actually given away to Rangers. Well, Jury appeared to be pushed there by Hughes. Gattuso digs in. It's Jury again. Here's Alberts taking the pass there from Tern. McCall. And that's Tern again. And Negri goes down, making a bit of a meal of that. It breaks now for Jean-Marc Coco. Split through by Dow, but Llewellyn challenge as well. Well, the free kick is awarded. The Rangers fans aren't happy. They feel that advantage should have been played there. But perhaps Cleland had just lost his chance at this point. The Rangers now have the free kick. So again, Goff is forward. McCall's away in the far side of the area, calling for it. Here he is. It's Tan. Trying one, that's a good effort. Jonas Tan still looking to open his account.
It's a good strike, nice and straight for the keeper. It's good for him again for his confidence.
Other end, it's laid off by Crawford. This is Dow. Hibs have got plenty of players forward here, but it's Cleland, who was on attack just a moment ago, who clears. Laid off by Charnley. Charnley made such a good start to the season, but his form, like Hibs, has shaded in the last couple of months. And Gattuso was being called over, and he's cautioned there for that challenge with Charnley. That puts him under a lot of pressure. That's his 8th yellow card of the season, and he's facing suspension. And Charnley also yellow carded. It's Charnley's 3rd caution of the season. So both of these players, who certainly are in a bit of a short fuse, will have to be extremely careful. That's just 10 minutes gone here at Ibrox Stadium. And both players cautioned. It's Charnley who sends it in. Good save there from Andy Gorham. Hughes it was, with the header. Well, John Hughes scored here for Celtic in recent seasons, and Charnley it was who swept it in. Good challenge there by Hughes, and good save by Gorham. So Hibs giving a good account of themselves in these early stages. It could be quite a busy afternoon for Kenny Clark, and he's a referee who will stand no nonsense. He's sent off 3 players in his last 4 games.
I certainly think he's set his stall out now. He's told the players, look, I'm going to go overboard, I'm going to boot you immediately, so they know the story now. So someone's got to calm down.
Well, Kenny Clark's refereed more Premier Division matches than any other referee in the country this season, but this is just his 7th. And we often make the call that a top referee should be doing the top games every week. This is the first time he's handled a Hibs match this season. So again, Charnley is looking a little aggrieved there. Meanwhile, it's Bjorklund who comes in for Rangers. It's a poor one by McGinley, and Negri lucky to get away with that. He gets a second bite at the offside flag is up. Well, Gordon Jury had just straight into an offside position, and some chasing defenders, well, they looked to have played him on, but he'd certainly just gone beyond him there.
Yeah, gone too early. They do link up well, Jury and Negri, there's no doubt about that, and I think it gives even Negri more of an involvement rather than be isolated sometimes. He can come short and link up play a bit more, and I think he tends to enjoy it when Jury's everything.
And Jury's such a hard worker, as Charlie was saying earlier. This is Negri, down he goes. And Gattuso goes flying into the challenge. Referee indicates a goal kick. Well, Negri was challenged here by Dodds, and then Gattuso comes flying through to make a challenge, and the ball went behind for the goal kick. Well, Hibs will be hoping the change of goalkeeper helps change their luck. They've managed just one shutout this season, which is by far the worst record of its kind in the Premier Division. But Scalpson, in fact, had just that one shutout turning like 17 competitive games. So a chance now for Rangers to counter-attack. Rather disappointing ball there by Hibs. A rather risky one there by Jonas Tern, but finds a target. Stensas through now for Alberts, who's shadowed by Dodds. It's away by Boko. It's Tern again, picking out Alberts. Free kick to Rangers.
That's a silly free kick. No need to do that. They've got two there against the one. It's a clumsy challenge. To stay on your feet and make a decision.
Dare one say a forwards challenge, but it's an awkward one now for Chris Reid and the Hibernian defenders. George Alberts swings it in. And Negri went down inside the 6-yard area, but it's Gattuso who's given chase and still has possession for Rangers, and he's well challenged there by Andy Dow. By Tern. It's Cleland again. Right across the face of goal and behind for the goal kick. Well, Rangers' superiority over Hibs is emphasised by the fact they've won 19 of the last 25 league games here and at Easter Road, with just 4 Hibernian victories. So Jim Duffy there, and Jackie McNamara, his assistant. Fingers crossed. It started the season so well, but the defeat by Rangers shook them to their foundations, and since then they really have struggled. This is Rougier. Challenging Stensas. And the free kick is awarded. Well, Rougier conceded one just a few moments ago at the other end, just outside the penalty area. This time he forces Stensas into conceding the foul. Good play by Rougier. And Rangers scramble it clear. Only as far as Charnley. He's got enough work to do here. Hits have the throw in, and Charnley has gone down. Chip Charnley twisting and turning here, trying to find an opening.
There's a kick at the end of this at Goko, and this is why they're furious. Watch a little kick coming in, he misses him.
Charnley will have to be extremely careful, having been booked after just 10 minutes of this match. Laid off by Dow. This is Hughes. A free kick against Crawford. A nudge there in Goff. In towards Jury. Hughes is there. It breaks out for McCall. This is Tern. Well, almost through there in the direction of Cleland. It was Kevin Harper back doing some defending, and he's still battling away there. And it's a free kick to Rangers, which is quickly taken. But a wasted opportunity. Boko. Bit of holding there by Bjorklund on Stevie Crawford. Still play goes on now. Stensas for Rangers, finding Gattuso. Negri. Negri against Hughes, doing well. This is Jury. Well, Hughes got back into the central area there to make that headed clearance. Again, being played at 100 miles an hour. This is Chris Jackson out now for Harper. Allen goes to meet him. Good challenge. This is Hughes. Andy Dow. Looking for Crawford, but an easy one for Goff. But off Cleland, throw in to Hibernian. So just over 19 minutes gone now here at Ibrox Stadium. Rangers 0, Hibernian 0. Certainly Hibernian had a real chance, a good header from Hughes, which brought the save from Gorham. So the referee having a word there with Pat McGinley. Talking out of turn. Meanwhile, it's Jury for Rangers getting the touch.
It's all fairly even at the moment. I think Hibs have defended quite well. Saying that, as soon as they get Albert's release wide, Rangers, then they start to look more of a threat. But it's fairly even. Hibs could be quite happy with.
And elbow going up there as George Albert's challenged. So he gets away with a word of warning. 2 cautions so far, Gattuso of Rangers and Charnley of Hibs. And this is Tam. There's a bit of holding going on there. The referee had a good look at that. John Hughes very much involved. The referee points out towards the corner flag, but there was holding going on here. But perhaps the referee decided that Jury was equally guilty. He certainly had a good look at it, and then as the ball went behind, he pointed out towards the corner flag. It's Alberts who sends it in. Well, that was a real opportunity for Rangers.
A half chance for Negri. Just heads it down into the ground and doesn't go anywhere, but he's still threatening. You just feel as if something's going to give for Negri eventually. Always prepared to go in and take the gamble. Eventually, you know, it'll pay off.
Well, he scored 5 against Dundee United, 4 against Dunfermline, 3 against Kilmarnock, all here at Ibrox. So you'd have to fancy him for another one here this afternoon. This is Goff. Running into a bit of trouble, but stretching in, retaining possession. Welland's pushing forward, but Gattuso's just ahead of him. Rangers trying to push Hibs back, but a slack one there by Stensis. There's not a lot of support here for Stevie Crawford, and he has to pass it back there to Rougier. Here's Crawford again. Breaks now for Chris Jackson. He's supported by Dow. Harper's ahead of him. There's Jackson again. Rougier trying to play the 1-2 with Boko, but Stensis is there. And that's McCall. Well, Jury is penalised for holding Aaron Dodds. Well, Jury was involved just a few minutes ago with John Hughes inside the penalty area. A similar kind of situation.
Yeah, he's leaning in, putting his body weight, but he's stopping the defender getting in the challenge, and so he's penalised for it. Check out his best.
You'll be seeing he meant that. He certainly didn't mean that. Well, things not going to plan for Chick Charnley so far. He's picked up a yellow card and he made an absolute mess of that free kick. Challenged by Boko. The ball's under threat here from McGinley. Free kick to Rangers.
They're pressing well, Hibs, in midfield. They are pressing well. But in the wide areas, especially Rougier, who's got the talent, when they build up from Crawford, they've got to look for the diagonal ball. If they get that, that's where the space is. So far, they're hogging onto the ball just a little too long.
Well, Dodge was struggling there. This is Gordon Jury. Down he goes. Well, the referee is calling over Gordon Jury here, and he's going to book him. He's given a free kick to Hibernian and a yellow card for Jury, who's been involved in a fair bit of play acting in this game. He certainly made a meal of that, and the referee called it absolutely correct. Gordon Jury is yellow carded.
Yeah, he just gets a touch. I think it's Hughes who gets a touch on it. You see, he does really disguise it. It's Hughes who reads the situation. His left boot just comes across, little touch, and he's gone down. The referee was confident about his decision, and Gordon Jury can't really complain.
Well, there's a lot of criticism of referees, but they have an awful lot to put up with in the way put in situations like that. Well, Gattuso was in there, and John Hughes helps him back to his feet. It's a free kick to Hibernian. It's a high boot there, and his elbow caught Hughes as well. Rino Gattuso will have to be very careful, having already been cautioned. There's Alberts, challenged by Charnley. It's gifted back to him though by McGinley. Richard Goff's well forward. That's Dow saving the corner kick. Throw in to Rangers in the line with the penalty area. Richard Goff was well forward there. This is Cleland. Challenged by Harper. We've really got to see more of Harper and Rougier as attacking forces in this game. Stevie Crawford's being asked to do an awful lot up there on his own. And both Rougier and Harper have had to drop deep on a number of occasions.
I think they must go a benchline support and just take that gamble every now and then, and just be cautious, because one on the diagonal side, as I mentioned earlier, that's the one that goes. He must be prepared to go, but in the main, they're defending okay, but as you say, I think Dow in particular, with a nice pass there, has got to get more involved.
This is Crawford now. Challenged all the way by Bjorklund. This is Harper. Charnley. Rougier. Boko goes a good supporting run. Here he is. But it comes off George Alberts. Now it's McCall. Tam. Alberts. Alberts goes down, and the free kick is awarded. Challenged there by Tony Rougier.
He was struggling there, Alberts, actually. A little hand just caught him in the face.
So Stensas sends it through, looking for Jury. Alberts sends it away to the far side. Well, Chris Reid now in his 9th season with the Hibernian, 27 league appearances before today. He's got a bit of experience under his belt. Meanwhile, it's Negri for Rangers. It's another free kick. Challenge there by Darren Dodds. Well, can George Alberts keep up his tremendous scoring run? This is quite a distance out, but he has an amazing scoring run against Hibernian. He scored 5 goals in the last 6 League and Cup games against Hibernian. Forward he comes, it's deflected. And behind for the goal kick. 5 goals he has this season, including 1 from the penalty spot, George Alberts. And despite transfer speculation, says he's prepared to see out his contract, which runs to the year 2000. Goff's header. Hughes is there for Hibernian. It's charged down by Gattuso. So we're on the half-hour mark here at Ibrox Stadium. Still no scoring. And here come Hibs now. This is promising. Here's Rougier. He just failed to make proper contact with that. Well, Stuart McCall was caught in the middle of the park. And Hibs applied some pressure here.
Good pass it is from Chris Jackson. I just think that maybe Tony Rougier just lunged it a little bit too early. I think that's what exactly he did. He just lunged at it, where I think if he could have stayed on his feet, he might have made a cleaner contact on it. Good run from Chris Jackson, though, but quite rightly pointed out, Jerry, it's again a mistake by Rangers.
Chris Jackson just nipping in the head there of Stuart McCall and getting the better of him to set up that opportunity. Andy Gorham coming well out of his area. Gordon Jury gets a free kick this time.
Too
Challenged
close.
by Dodds.
He's too close, his hands are all over him. He should know he can't win that ball from 30 yards. He made the wrong decision.
Well, this is a bit closer in for George Alberts. Stuart McCall's there as well. It's left to Alberts. Superb effort. He certainly can get the crowd to their feet, this man. Hit with great power.
There's no doubt in his power. Got to hit the target, it's as simple as that. You can hit powerful shots all day long, but if you don't test the keeper, they're worthless in the end. I just think Rangers have lacked imagination in this first half. And this man has got to provide a little bit more, Alberts.
Of course, no Gascoigne and no Laudrup this afternoon in the Rangers ranks. In fact, the last time they played without both, they lost here to Dundee United in the Coca-Cola Cup. It was really Gascoigne who turned around the match at Easter Road earlier in the season with a superb display. Gattuso played well that day, also let some play get through there to return. This is McCall. Allen tries to thread it through, gets another opportunity here. Rangers have the throw-in.
There's no doubt, though, when Laudrup's not there for that wider role that he takes up, such a clever player at picking up space, Rangers really get too tight. They end up with too many players in the one area, and I think they suffocate each other at times. Gascoigne can see spaces, Laudrup can see them. We know they're the best talents, but other players have got to get into position rather than come in and crowd the area, and I think they've done that time after time again today.
And it takes away the options on the free kicks like the one we saw just a few moments ago. That's the kind of range where Gascoigne can also strike them from. So the burden falling very much on George Alberts for these set pieces this afternoon. Played in by Cleland, a touch on by Jury. No one there to take advantage. Albert, no, he's just failed to keep that one in play. The flag's gone up on the far side. Ross McCluskey from Stewarton out there today, grade 3 official. Stephen, I should say, Kenny from Perth on the near side, the main stand side, assisting Kenny Clark. The 4th official is Willie Young, experienced official from Clarkson. So that's 35 minutes gone here in the first half at Ibrox Stadium. Still no scoring. That's the best chance of the match, falling to Hibs. A header from John Hughes, saved by Andy Gorham. It's played through by McGinley. Again, Stevie Crawford is an isolated figure for Hibernian. Here comes Hughes. It's Crawford. Harper, but knocking that one just too far ahead and letting Alec Cleland make the challenge. Now it's Goff to McCall. Stuart McCall was another player who came on at Easter Road in the 4-3 game and really helped turn it around. Again, Rangers will look to try and push him forward whenever possible. But that was a bit of a lost cause for him.
That's what you see the craft missing from the Rangers side today, though, Jerry. Goffey gets at the back and he's trying to find his fellow central half who's made the forward run. I sometimes have to ask questions about Tern. He's a very clever positional player, but he never really takes part in the game in the last 35, 30 yards. And I think that has to be a concern. Today, when you have Gascoigne and Laudrup missing, you've got to get more from these big-time players. If they don't take part in the final third of the game, then they're not making a telling contribution.
Well, that was Tern through for Alberts. Gattuso's there, so too is Negri, but rather conspired to get in one another's way. And now it's Rougier who's switched over to the far side. It's laid off by Harper. Now it's Charlie who's dropped deep. Another high, hopeful ball. Hibs need the points desperately this afternoon, but so far they're certainly doing a big favour for their capital rivals' Hearts, who again picked up the 3 points yesterday. Well, Richard Goff has taken a knock, and Rangers have the free kick, and the Rangers skipper will require some treatment here. He was caught there by Kevin Harper, and Harper's given a word of warning. Goff appears to be okay, and in fact is moving forward for the set piece. It seemed in his direction. Dodge was there though, so too was Rougier. This is Charlie. Good running by Crawford, but the pass was not there to match. He peeled off well to the right-hand side. In comes Rougier now though. It's Crawford again. But Cleland made up good ground, and this is Tern. Cleland again. Jury. Play on, says the referee. Gattuso lays it off. It's Alberts. That was good refereeing again by Kenny Clark. He allowed the advantage, and George Alberts had the shot.
Clever play, good link-up. Jury took the initial aggression from Hughes. He pulls the trigger, we know the pace is going to be on it. Again, you know, you've got to hit the target. He's going, trying to sneak it in the post, and it breezes by. It's a good point made for Kenny Clark. His initial booking on Gattuso and Charlie has taken the sting out of the game. He's had 2 bookings since then, but in saying that, you know, I think he's controlled and he's took the pace out of the game.
So, again, Richard Goff struggling a bit. There was a booking there just a moment or two ago, possibly Hughes.
It was the challenge initially on Jury, and they let the play flow, Jerry. and he was quite right to point it out, let the game flow, and then take the decision. And as we say, full credit to the referee. He's having an excellent first half. Long may it continue.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, handled the first Old Firm game of the season. I thought he did particularly well in that one. And he officiated at the Aberdeen Rangers game a few weeks ago at Pittodrie. This is Crawford again. An ambitious pass by him. I think he was hoping that Harper had set out in a run. So we're inside the final 5 minutes of the first half here at Ibrox Stadium. There's still no scoring in this match between Rangers and Hibernian. This is Gattuso. Looking for Jury. John Hughes taking a bit of stick from the home fans. He advised not to get involved. Played through by Cleland. Cleared by Jean-Marc Bocco. But the best, and McGinley there challenges Stensas. Poor window by Rougier. Hibs have offered very little in terms of going forward. Here's Gattuso. And he now makes the clearance. He also gets the throw in. It deflected off the Rangers player. This time it goes Rangers' way. Well, Hibs won't be unhappy if they can take this situation to them with the dressing room at half-time. Final minutes ticking away. It's Rangers in possession. This is Tern. Well, the goalkeeper did well to charge that one down. Well, Jonas Tern has still to open his account with Rangers. He's certainly got in a fair old effort there. As Charlie was saying earlier, Rangers will want to see more of that from him. A little stumble there by Richard Gough. He's got the free kick. Perhaps a bit fortunate. Challenged there by Stevie Crawford, but Gough was all over the place here. The header there from Gordon Jury, who was for Stensas. And the offside flag goes up against Stevie Crawford. So just over 2 minutes of the first half remaining. Sent in by McCall, away by Jean-Marc Bocco. Gough challenges. Takes a return from Tern. McCall. Good ball through now for Alberts. It was well read by Chris Jackson, who got back. That's a corner. But Chris Jackson did ever so well there. It was McCall who had sent the ball through towards George Alberts. So an opportunity for Rangers. Just about 90 seconds of this first half left. Comes off the head of Gough. And the shot was deflected. Now it's McCall. And away by Hughes. And just showing a bit of urgency here in these final seconds. Cleland sends it in. Gough's there. To Gattuso. That was a wonderful save by Chris Reid. Superb save by the Hibernian goalkeeper. Gough it was for Gattuso. Great one-handed save, and Jury then sent it over the top.
Well, they've done their job. It's a great spot from Gough. Everything is done right by Gattuso. Wonderful save. he can be delighted with his first half. Played key roles, he's been under pressure. Gattuso again getting in there, but he's had a wonderful first half for a man who's just back in the side.
This is Jean-Marc Bocco. Bjorklund for Rangers to Stensas. Free kick is awarded as we move into stoppage time in this first half. So some more pressure here perhaps for Chris Reid and his defenders. It's played shot to McCall. Stensas. That's a poor ball. Gattuso challenges with Harper. A bit of pulling of the jersey there by the Italian. Free kick to Hibernian. Well, there's no doubt, Charlie Nicholas, that Jim Duffy will be the happier manager.
Oh, by far, I think they've defended very well. They've spoilt Rangers' first half so far. I have to say, Rangers are really lacking craft. There's nothing there that tells me that they can change it. It's got to be a tactical change for me for Rangers. Hibs can be pleased with themselves. Their final ball could be better, though.
And that's another example of that final ball. But Rangers on the bench this afternoon have Ian Durrant, Gary Bowen and youngster Barry Ferguson. Hibs have Michael Rennick, Kenny Miller, another youngster, and we've got Skelton, the goalkeeper. But Chris Reid has certainly come in and done a terrific job this afternoon. His handling's been good, and that was a terrific save from Rino Gattuso just a few moments ago. At the other end, Andy Gorham had a good stop from John Hughes' header in the earlier stages. This is Alberts. Well, challenged there by Rougier. Crawford's gone in a run, but again he's surrounded by Rangers defenders. Just wonder if Jim Duffy may want to be a little more adventurous in the second half and get Rougier and Harper further forward. But there goes the half-time whistle. Hibs have defended well, and Chris Reid, as I said, good handling by him. Now 26 years of age. He's almost 10 years at the club, and getting his big chance again this afternoon. Jim Duffy saying no matter what happens today, he'll retain his place for the next game. Certainly in the evidence of the first half, he's doing that with some style. The half-time score here at Ibrox Stadium is Rangers 0, Hibernian 0.
Welcome back. Half-time here at Ibrox, where it's Rangers 0, Hibs 0, but there's been quite a few chances. This is a story of the first 45 minutes. Let's have a look at the statistics. There we are. Well, 0-0, as I said. Rangers have had 3 shots on target. Hibs have had 1. 5 off it, and Hibs have had 1. And it's 3-0 to Rangers on corners. Pat, what do you make of the first 45? Rangers disappointed not to be going in 1 up.
For those statistics, you'd probably think Rangers would be disappointed not getting in 1 up, but I think Hibs gave a very good account of themselves, and certainly from some of the clips that we're going to see, they had some good chances themselves, and they'll be going in quite pleased. They've made sure that they've not lost anything. As soon as you lose a goal at Ibrox, you're in big trouble, so they've gone on at 0-0. Thanks a lot to the keeper at the end there, but they'll be pleased. I think Rangers have to do something slightly different.
OK, Pat, let's have a look at some of those clips that you mentioned. John Hughes, Pat, going close early on, and Gorham did well with this save.
Yeah, very, very powerful header, and Andy's across there at lightning. Andy would have been disappointed in himself if he wouldn't have got to it, but he's there again as usual. Normal for him to get across. He's very, very lively, very agile, and even if he's not got a lot to do, Andy's usually lively when he needs to be. So once again, done very well.
And we know, Pat, that Tony Rougier is always a handful, and he came close for Hibs too. He'll need to be watched, won't he?
Yeah, he's very strong running. That was a mistake originally by Stuart McCall, and Charlie was saying he could maybe stand up there, but I don't think he knew what was coming in behind him, so he just had a rash stab of it. And he's going in there, he's made the right run. I imagine Andy probably had it covered as well, but again, each time they break, they look quite dangerous.
Alberts, Pat, is always a goal threat, isn't he, for Rangers in various positions. Now, we saw two examples of that there, the free kick.
There's some incredible power in these free kicks, and I think Rangers play in a system today that's working towards getting these free kicks. The wall kind of disintegrated slightly there, but they play in such a way that they try and get free kicks, and the Hibs defenders are coming in for them tight. This is another great shot. I'm sure the goalkeeper really didn't have that one covered. He's had most things covered this afternoon so far, but you see it again from this angle in particular. You know, that could have just went inside the post, and there's not how much you could have done about it. But he's got an incredibly powerful shot. anytime within 25 yards, and he's very, very dangerous.
And we made a lot before the game, Pat. We've got Scarlson not being in and Chris Reid coming in, and he's done ever so well, particularly right at the death there from Gattuso, when he had to get down to keep him out from close range.
From the start, he was very confident. His body language was confident all the way through. But this was great. Really strong wrist there. I mean, goalkeepers working that. They make sure their wrists are strong. He's off balance slightly. He's been lively and agile enough to get down it, but he's kept his arms strong. And that's a great save, that. It's a wonderful save, that. But all the way from the start, I mean, before the start of the game, he was being interviewed. He looked the calmest person in this whole stadium. From his body language from the start of the game, I think he's looked absolutely confident as anything. And he said that, I noticed in the interview, he said he hopes he'll be doing an interview at the end of the game. If he keeps that up, I'm sure he will be.
Yes, indeed. OK, Pat. Well, now details of how you can vote for the Bells Man of the Match today. Hello again. We're just waiting for the teams to re-emerge for the second half here at Ibrox, where it's Rangers 0, Hibs 0 at the interval. Pat, what did you make of the incident with Gordon Durie? Now, the Rangers fans to a man were on their feet at that.
Doesn't really surprise you, that, does it? Gordon does well there to get by him. And from the referee's absolutely perfectly positioned. He's closer than anyone at all. I thought from the first angle I wasn't sure. From this angle, from that angle there, it seems a definite claim for a penalty kick. So I probably wouldn't have given a penalty kick myself, but I think a booking was very, very harsh on Gordon there.
But you don't think it was a penalty? Even though contact looked to have been made, you don't think it was a penalty?
I think it was a tight call again. The referee, from the angle he was at, he was behind it. He's seen the Hibs player coming in and making a tackle and getting the ball, and that's what he'll see. And he thinks Gordon's hands do go up, and it's almost a kind of, it looks like a dive, but I think Gordon was quite harshly judged there to be booked for that.
And of course, as we'll see later in the show today, you were involved in a similar kind of incident yesterday, Kilmarnock Celtic, when Killie might have had a penalty when you were tackled by Mahe.
Yeah, there was 2 or 3 incidents like that through the Kilmarnock game, you know, and it was just little nudges where you fall over because you're off balance sometimes. Yeah. It's nothing got to do with diving, it's got to do with losing balance and a little nudge.
Well, there's Hibs coming out for the second half. Pat, how do you see this panning out the second half then?
I think they're going to come out lively again. They'll be G'd up again by the fact that they've got through the first half and they've taken the first waves from Rangers. But I really think all the danger lurks in the last 15-20 minutes. You know, that's when Rangers will continue to be strong. That's if they're defending a lot, Hibs, that's when you get more tired. You feel more tired when you're doing all the defending. And I think that's the last 15-20 minutes is going to be the most dangerous time for Hibs.
So we'll look for that period, possibly as the time that we may get goals in this game. Right now it's 0-0, and let's hand back to Charlie Nicholas and Jerry McNee.
Thank you, Jim. Both teams, as you can see, back out on the park. No changes to either lineup. As one Rangers fan said to me at half-time, it's a bit like watching the Beatles this afternoon without Lennon and McCartney. No Gascoigne, no Laudrup, so Walter Smith will be hoping for better in this second half. Rangers have scored 14 goals in the last 3 matches against Hibs here, including, as I mentioned earlier, that 7-0 win 2 years ago this month. But Hibs have a major goal-scoring problem with just 4 in the last 7 matches, and defensively they've conceded 17 goals in the last 8 league games. It'll be interesting to see if they open up a bit in this second half. Certainly they defended well in the opening 45 minutes. Perhaps in terms of creativity, Rangers might think about sending on Ian Durrant at some stage. But as Charlie mentioned several times during the first half, a real lack of craft in this Rangers lineup this afternoon. But what a difference a goal might make. He struggles just a bit there. That allows Chris Jackson to come back, and it's Dow who gets it away. Charlie's back helping out. It's Hibernian's ball. Through by Crawford. This is Rougier. Charlie. McGinley started a run. It's cut out though by Stensis. Now it's McCall. Turn. Caught there by Rougier. Free kick is awarded. Rougier on turn. Well, there have been just 2 0-0 draws here in the last 26 matches between these clubs. It usually is a fixture that produces goals. This is Alberts. And Rangers have the throw in a line with the penalty area. There hasn't been a drawn match between these sides, in fact, in the last 12 games. So Goff is well forward, can't do much there though. Once again, you see Stevie Crawford there, very much on his own. Two Rangers defenders on him. Same towards Negri, but Hughes is there. This is Crawford. Charlie. Crawford again. McGinley. Rougier is wide. Harper through the middle. Well, that was rather ambitious by Pat McGinley. 4 goals he has this season. Now, and of course, in his second spell with the Hibernian after being with Celtic.
I think he quite convinced himself, or his teammates did. He initially had good space there to drive, but he only had Harper on that occasion up with him. And that's a concern. Still see it though, Jerry, there's still signs from sitting up here, there's signs that Rangers are vulnerable to the diagonal ball. And McGinley, more times than not, if Hibs get it in the left flank, he is the player who can get in. He's the player who can find the gap.
So Jury with Hughes, and the free kick is awarded. Well, Gordon Jury, who was involved in a bit of holding in the first half, eventually he was booked. But since then, a couple of free kicks have gone his way. And once again, Richard Goff starts to push forward for the set piece. It's Tern who sends it in. Goff still getting a touch on it. This is Crawford with Stensas. Battle going on here, and the free kick was awarded to Rangers. I feel a bit sorry for Stevie Crawford this afternoon. An awful lot is being asked of him. This is Gattuso. Well read by Chris Jackson. A bit of pulling going on there by Gattuso. Free kick to Hibs. Again, Gattuso's one of the players who'll have to be mighty cautious out there. The referee's just having a word in his ear as he passes him, having booked him after just 10 minutes of the match, along with Charlie, who just struck that free kick. Out breaks for George Alberts. Long one through for Jury, but asking a lot of him. He's a pacey player as Gordon Jury, but he had no chance of catching that one. Well, it's been quite a week for Jury, rubbing shoulders with the greats in Marseille the other night. And as I mentioned earlier, he's a player who's had to be very patient this season. Before today, he'd been listed in 13 of Rangers' squads, and started just 2 matches before today in the league. But he's waited his chance, and he's hoping to add to his 3 goals this season. This is Gattuso being chased by Jackson. In comes Charlie. Cleland supporting. Good play by Cleland, good running by him. It was Tern who picked him out again. It's Negri! Well, in fact, the referee has awarded a penalty. The referee has awarded a penalty. There was a pull there on Negri as he controlled that ball, and the referee has pointed to the spot. It was good play there involving Alec Cleland, who took the pass from Tern. Now just watch this here. Negri was impeded by Dodds, and the referee has pointed to the spot. A chance for the breakthrough for Rangers. It's Negri himself who'll take it. He's already scored 3 penalties this season. He's looking for goal number 30. The referee is telling one of the Hibs players there to get out of the area. John Hughes, in fact. Oh, it's a fine save, but Negri's there again. It's off the bar, it's Negri! It's there! What drama here at Ibrox Stadium. 51 minutes gone. Rangers 1, Hibernian 0. Well, what a remarkable remarkable sequence here. A good save by the goalkeeper. Negri followed through. It was off the bar as the goalkeeper intercepted again. The chance seemed to have gone, and there was Negri. He was determined to get that one in. 1-0 to Rangers.
Well, no wonder Father Christmas came out in blue and white today. This Christmas just came a few weeks earlier than it should have done. It's a bad penalty. It's a good save. It's another bad follow-up miss. And to get a third bite at it is quite incredible.
Actually bounced for him there as well. So Rangers take the lead. That's his 30th goal of the season. Here come Rangers again. He's offside up. Negri is offside. The flag went up immediately.
He's well off. Can't help thinking back to the initial penalty though. Bad defended from Hibs. Darren Dodds went into a panic because he had lost Negri. We know he's lethal at finishing. Dodds just panicked by putting his arm up. And he's created mayhem for Hibs already. And Hibs don't deserve to be behind.
So Darren Dodds was the man who made the challenge. Certainly had a tug at Marco Negri. Here it is again. Negri did well to control the ball here, but he was clearly held just at this point by Darren Dodds. And it's Negri against Dodds again. This time the decision goes Hibernian's way. But Negri is fired up now. His 30th goal of the season. He's now scored 19 of his 27 league goals here at Ibrox, striking in 8 out of 9 games. The only game he missed was against Celtic, but he made up for that at Celtic Park just about 10 days later. Well, this is Charlie. Hibs will have to open up now. But certainly something the game badly needed, as Hibs were content to sit in. And as you can see now, Walter Smith has come down from his seat in the stand. It's a big game for him and for Rangers this afternoon. And they went into this match on 32 points, 4 behind Hearts. Hearts have played 15 games now. Rangers playing the 16th this afternoon. This is Gattuso. Jury. Alberts. Negri. Good challenge there by Dodds. This is Rougier. Well, McCall claims it was use of an arm there. The referee allows play to go on. It's through now from McGinley. Well, again, that's poor defending, but Dodds recovers and gets in the challenge. And Negri, who's gone down. Negri's on the deck as play goes on. And Harper knocks the ball out of play to allow some treatment to the Rangers striker.
Got in the low part of the shin. I think wholeheartedly he was going for the ball. I don't think it was a deliberate kick. Unfortunately, as a forward, there's no way you can pull out of it.
Just caught him there. And the Rangers striker requires some treatment. Meanwhile, Walter Smith has some instructions for Jonas Tern. Negri is back on his feet. So Negri seems to be running quite freely as Hughes now puts up the play for Hibernian. Through for Harper. Hibs will be looking to see more of him in this second half of the attacking force. But Rangers getting plenty of players behind the ball. They're now counter-attacking through George Alberts. This is Gattuso. Negri started the run. Jury's wide. This is Negri with Dodds. Dodds responds well, but well, rather risky ball there by Andy Dow, putting his defence under pressure. Rangers have the throw-in. These are anxious moments for Jim Duffy and his Hibernian players. Rangers have the bit between their teeth now, following that penalty. And they have the free kick just outside the penalty area. Gordon Jury fouled. He doesn't look a happy man.
Again, it's John Hughes. They're really gambling, both Dodds and Hughes now. And he's already booked. He's got to be really careful because the pressure's on. You don't want to get this second goal away. When you've got Alberts in these positions, all you can do sometimes is hope.
Well, Alberts had a couple of blasts in the first half. But he's still to hit the target. McCall's there again as well. It's Alberts who comes forward. It spins down there and just over the top. Corner kick. Well, that one had Chris Reid really scrambling. It was spinning down towards the crossbar after the deflection. And the goalkeeper was relieved to see that one go over. Corner to Rangers. The pressure remains on. Now you feel a bit sorry for Chris Reid. He had a superb save in the first half from Gattuso. He managed to stop the penalty from Marco Negri. Let it come off the bar as he intercepted again, but Negri scored then at the third attempt. And Rangers lead by 1-0. So they'll want to do better from the set pieces than they did there. Slackness there allows Stevie Crawford to pounce, but he needs support here. Jury and Gattuso chasing. Good play that by Jury. He did just enough there to regain possession for Rangers. The counter-attack's on. They're getting plenty of players forward here. Gattuso's to his right. Still it's Jury. It's Gattuso now. Flipping it across. Negri's there, but so too is Bocco. And the referee indicates a goal kick. Jean-Marc Bocco certainly made the challenge with Marco Negri. But Gordon Jury did ever so well. He was instrumental in winning the ball for Rangers, and he played it through here to Gattuso. And across to the far side, looking for Negri.
He's perpetual motion is Gattuso. He never stops. Credit to Jury. Gattuso's there waiting on it. And I think the referee's got it correct. I think it was Negri who put it wide.
Victory for Rangers this afternoon wouldn't be enough to put them back into top position, but they'll be glad of the 3 points if they can hold this lead or add to it. This is Harper coming forward. And McGinley is caught there by Cleland. Yellow card for Alec Cleland. Well, Cleland indicated to the referee that McGinley had taken a dive there, but he certainly caught a player. Perhaps McGinley did make
he seen it coming,
most of it. Yep.
He's seen it coming and just went for the jump to protect himself more than anything. I think Alex can admit he was waiting to challenge for that one.
He got there as soon as he could, he told the referee, but it wasn't soon enough. That's 5 bookings this afternoon. Gattuso, Jury and Cleland of Rangers. Chanley and Hughes of Hibernian. That's an hour gone here at Ibrox Stadium. Rangers lead by 1-0. It's Hibs with the free kick. And it's squandered. Today's official attendance, 48,070. This is McCall for Rangers. Cleland. Gattuso. Andy Gorham's had a fairly quiet afternoon, apart from his save in the first half from a Hughes header. Rangers now going all out for the goal that can finish this off as a contest. It's played through by Alberts to Stensis. It's scrambled away by Dodds. There's Alberts again. Free kick on the edge of the area. Another chance here for Rangers to conjure up something.
They're turning the screw on them now. They're really putting pressure on them. And they're just hanging in at the moment, Hibs.
it's Alberts who'll take this one. Negri and Jury are in the middle. Goff's arrived on the edge of the area. This is Tap. Way to the far side, Goff's there. This is Rougier, struggling a bit to keep possession. Across comes Gordon Jury. In steps Dow, through for Chanley. Chanley caught there by McCall, still play goes on. It's Gordon Jury. Now it's Stensas. Stensas! Right across the face of goal. Well, he's managed a couple of goals this season. This one curling away from the target.
In 25 feet, and would you give him it? Just off the outside of the boot. Well finished in the end, but Brettons keeps getting that position to threaten. And him and Alberts are starting to get a lot more space down the left now.
Rangers looking the likely side here again. Really piling on the pressure. That's through now for Alberts. She's becoming more and more influential, and that's a corner. George Alberts winning a few set pieces here for Rangers in this second half. And once again, Richard Goff moves forward. Just a one goal since he returned to Rangers. An important one it was, though, against Celtic here in the Old Firm game. So he's up there again. It's Kevin Harper who gets it away. This is Gattuso. Well, challenged there by Chris Jackson. A little light relief for Hibernian to have the throw-in. So just coming up for 64 minutes of this match. Rangers lead by 1-0. Marco Negri after 51 minutes as he followed up on a penalty kick to put Rangers ahead and score his 30th goal of the season. Meanwhile, Hibs have got themselves a free kick.
Still deemed as a challenge from behind. It's a clever challenge, but it's from behind. Free kick.
There's Andy Dow. Hibs will want to try and get some pressure here on Andy Gorham. Again, Rangers are closing their opponents down quickly, getting plenty of players behind the ball. It's being constantly forced to backtrack. It's a slack one by Goff. Picked up by McGinley. Left now for Charnley. Switch of play to Jean-Marc Bocco. Clearance from Goff. Slack play by Bocco. Throw in to Rangers. Well, Rangers have won just one of the last 4 Premier Division games. 3-2 against St Johnstone last week. That was after successive draws. They just have to be careful here. There's still work to be done. That's a good challenge, though, by Bjorklund. Those successive 1-1 draws were with Aberdeen, Celtic and Motherwell. But they're 1-0 ahead here this afternoon. They're looking for more. It's Gordon Jury. Still it's Jury. Good run by Gordon Jury. And he's forced wide in the end by Hughes. Still Rangers have it, though. It's Cleland. It's away by Dodds. It's McCall now. Well, that struck McGinley, who was on the ground. But the referee deemed that the ball had played the man, and now it's Hibs on the counter-attack. It's Charnley. And the only option there was Rougier. Hibs is slow to get players forward. Still it's Rougier in possession. Looking for support. Through now for Stevie Crawford. It's Crawford against Bjorklund, who made a good challenge just a moment or two ago. Good play by Crawford. Twisting and turning. Getting away from the defender. Goff's there though. And that's a goal kick. The ball had just gone behind. But good persistent play. And some decent skill there from Stevie Crawford, who's ploughing a lone furrow this afternoon. He certainly gave Bjorklund quite a tough time here.
Yeah, he's got him spinning. If he could just have lifted his head in the last spin, though, Harper had burst into the black post. It's there for Hibs. If they can just get their head up and pick that diagonal pass out, There is gaps for them, and at this moment in time, they've got to try and get Charnley on the ball to pick that pass.
Then it's slackness by Hibs, and it's Rangers who pounce and take possession. It's Gattuso stepping away from Charnley. Through now looking for Negri. Dow's there though. Well, that was Rangers' sixth successful penalty of the season, albeit it depended on a couple of rebounds. Hibs still await their first penalty this season. Still await their first award. The last one scored for them, in fact, was by Darren Jackson, who's since gone to Celtic. There's McCall. Well, slackness again by Rangers, and in particular by Richard Gough. Might well have been punished against slicker opponents. Through by McCall. Another slack one though. Hughes is there, being challenged all the way by Negri. So it's Hughes clipping it through, but it's another high, hopeful ball for Stevie Crawford to chase. Negri, Gattuso. Jury's made a good run, but that's a poor ball from Gattuso, who over the piece has played well.
It's a tremendous drive at Gattuso. I'd like to know what they actually do with him when the full-time whistle goes and he sits in the dressing room.
Take the key out his back.
Well, it's either the key out the back or else it's a, you know, it's a dart or something into the leg just to calm him down. He's just non-stop.
He's in there again, snapping away at the heels of McGinley. This is Dow, Andy Dow, trying to open up something for Hibs here. Charnley stretches for that one. This is Jean-Marc Bocco. Well, at last Hibs have got everyone except their goalkeeper inside. The Rangers have. But they're still toiling a bit here. It's Charnley. They've left Dodge 1-on-1 with Negri, which could be a bit dangerous. But it's Hibs coming forward. It's Crawford. It's Rougier for a chance here. And he blows it completely. That was a real opportunity to get level terms. You see the anguish there in the face of Stevie Crawford, who had teed it up for him. Should have done better.
A whole lot better. Well, hats off to Crawford. He was determined to get the pass from Charnley. He shows brilliant skill. He won't have a better chance ever at Ibrox than this. All you can ask him at the best, hit the target, go on, we might get lucky. But it's a bad, bad finish.
Free kick against Gordon Jury, who doesn't look a happy man. So that's 70 minutes gone here at Ibrox Stadium. Rangers lead Hibernian by 1-0. Marco Negri after 51 minutes. It's floated through by Harper. And it was McGinley on the end of it. But Hibs still failing miserably to put any pressure on Andy Gorham. He's had a very easy afternoon. Andy Gorham has just managed 2 shutouts, 2 league shutouts this season, unusual for him. But an important one against Celtic and one also against Dunfermline, both here at Ibrox. Let's head up. Again, Rangers too convincing at the back. If only Hibs could put some pressure on them, it would be interesting, but they've failed miserably to do that so far. Well, that's a free kick Hibs way against George Alberts for that challenge on Jean-Marc Bocco. And now it's a free kick against Rougier. Header from Jury. This is Negri. Gattuso is there, as ever, running in support. And he's got the throw-in. Well, Chris Jackson's been industrious for Hibs this afternoon. Gattuso, Goff, forward and support. Jury's there, little touch on, that was a nice touch. This is Albert's. Goal kick, Negri got the touch. It's a delightful little header there from Gordon Jury in the direction of George Alberts, and he swung in the cross for Marco Negri. Well, Hibs were in the top 4 for the first 12 weeks of this season, but they've been third bottom these last 3 weeks. These are grim times for Jim Duffy and his men. They really must open out a bit more here. This is Dow, Rougier, Harper. It's off for Rangers. Well, that's missed by Turn, and it left Goff isolated. Here comes Bjorklund, it's given away to Charlie. And again, Rangers looked a bit unsettled there. And here's an opening for them, but Goff comes across. Rougier, Gattuso's there, so too is Cleland. It's Hibernian's ball. The referee being put under a lot of pressure here by the home crowd, but Kenny Clark has handled the match well. Another throw into Hibs. Well, Rougier was held there by Goff, and Goff has been called over by the referee. He'll be rather fortunate if he gets away without a booking here. That was a clear pull on the edge of the area. Well, amazingly, the referee was letting him away with a word of warning. I would have thought that was certainly a bookable offence, right on the edge of the area. Clear pull on the Hibernian player. That's played quickly and punched away by Andy Gorham from Andy Dow. Well, that was quickly taken there and caught the Rangers defence. It was Charlie who squared it. And Dow's effort went in, and Andy Gorham got his hands to it. But really, Richard Goff was a fortunate man there. That looked a promising moment for Hibs. Jury digs in well there. So that's 75 minutes gone. Rangers push forward now in search of goal number 2. This is Jonas Tern. Stensas. Through now for Alberts. It's a free kick to Rangers.
It's a high kick from McGinley, I think, caught him on the side of the face. They weren't again going anywhere, Rangers. Still look as if they're searching for something that's not quite clicking today.
But with the threat of Negri there, there's always opportunity, and here's an opening. That was well struck there by Jonas Tern. And well, it's Gattuso battling well. That's an awkward one. Well, Gattuso almost caught Chris Reid there. The goalkeeper looked panic-stricken. First shot there going in from Jonas Tern. And then watch Gattuso here. Battling hard, doing really well against Kevin Harper. And sweeping that one across, and just onto the top of the net. Well, he's almost took the assistant referee with him that time. Well, he's certainly been the bonus for Rangers this season.
Well, he's certainly earned his cup of nightness.
He was brought along here with a view to introducing him into the squad. rather slowly, but he's come into the side and he's held his place. As I mentioned earlier, he had a superb game at Easter Road in the 4-3 match as Rangers clawed their way back from defeat that day. That's a slack one by Gough. Chance for Hibs to counter-attack. This is Stevie Crawford. It's laid off for Charnley. Then it's a hopeful one forward, away by Gough. Good play again by Gattuso in a very tight situation. Gattuso charging in again. We'll just have to moderate things a little bit. Well, this is Rougier. This is more promising for Hibs now. It's Harper. But good interception by Gough. Gattuso. Hughes is there. This is Dow. Easily dispossessed there by Turn. This is McCall. Well, McCall was caught late there by McGinley. And this should be a booking for Pat McGinley. And the yellow card is shown. 6 cautions this afternoon, 3 to Rangers, 3 to Hibs. Gattuso is on the ground and will require some treatment here. In fact, it looks as though he will have to go off. And Ian Durant is getting ready to come on. It'll be a pity for Rangers if they lose Gattuso now. Barry Ferguson is also getting ready to come on. And Hibs are making a change as well. So Barry Ferguson replaces Gattuso. Well, the last time we saw this young man, Charlie, was that thrilling 3-3 draw here, the under-18 match between Rangers and Celtic.
He certainly looked one of the best potential players we've seen that evening, and I think we actually seen 5 or 6. This young guy can play both in midfield and the wider position, although I think he prefers the central role. But he'll be delighted to start today. Hibs are warming up. Young Miller, the other a striker of Hibs, and I think he'll probably look forward to getting on at Ibrox here. So nice to see the young players coming through.
And it's Rougier coming through, showing great pace. His first touch let him down there, though, and that allowed Andy Gorham to make the save. Well, he had the pace to get away there from Alec Cleland, Rougier, but his touch let him down. He knocked the ball too far in front and allowed Andy Gorham to come out and block him. Well, this will give Hibs now the chance to make the change they want to make. And Durant is looking just a bit disappointed below us. He was getting ready to come on there, but he might still get his chance. So Hibs still waiting to make the change. So 10 minutes left here at Ibrox Stadium. Still Rangers lead by 1-0, and here comes Gordon Durie. Still it's Durie, it's Negri.
Instinctive. Durie gets in a bit of a break of the ball, but instinctive finishing. Just thought of hitting that target again, Negri.
Rangers fans aren't happy at the moment with the midfield. Hibs 2 are squandering possession. Touch there for Barry Ferguson, and Cleland, as he tried to send that one forward, it was charged down by Kevin Harper. Comes off the head of Boko. It's picked up by George Alberts. Laid off there to McCall. The early ball from him for Stensas. Well, Negri's hurt and has fallen to the ground. He's not around, but Durie is. Well, Durie knocked that one down in the hope that Negri would be around, but Negri is writhing in agony, midway inside his own half. Still play goes on. This is Alberts. McCall's charging through. Still it's Stuart McCall, but right at the goalkeeper. And he sends it out of play, so as Negri can now receive some treatment. But just a moment ago, Gordon Jury knocked down the type of ball that Negri would surely have pounced on. But the player had been injured. You can see now for the second time in this game he's on the deck. But it was a nice little knockdown this by Gordon Jury. So Hibs now getting the chance to make the change. Ian Durant also is about to come on for Rangers. So, yeah, Tony Rougier is coming off for Hibernian. And that will give young Kenny Miller his chance, just 18 years of age. So he's a striker and might just carry the threat that Hibs need in these closing stages. And Ian Durant waits to come on. The Rangers will be hoping this isn't too serious. Marco Negri it was who got the only goal of the game so far this afternoon, his 30th of the season. But he was caught here.
He's maybe a little bit dizzy. Banging ahead, maybe, I think, just precaution.
So Ian Durant is on now to replace him, a player of great experience. So just under 7 minutes left, plus stoppage time, and there will be a bit of that. Well, what an opportunity for young Kenny Miller to come on. His team not just the one goal behind. He could make this a big afternoon for himself and his club if he could pull something back here. But Hibs have really got to go for it now. Harper is through the middle with the youngster. And McGinley's well forward too, but it's Rangers breaking. Hibs have the cover though through John Hughes. Crawford getting a little touch in that. It's given away by Stensas. Well, here's a substitute coming through now, and it's Richard Gough just managing to scrape it away from Kenny Miller. That was an important challenge by the Rangers skipper.
Showed great pace. Made up a few yards in Goffey. Just nearly got there.
This is Harper trying to find a way through now. It's Rangers on the counter-attack. It's through for Alberts. Durant, it breaks away from him. No, it's picked up by Chip Charnley. Away by Bjorklund. Clearance from Stensas. Header from Jury. This is Durant. In comes Charnley. It's all a bit untidy at the moment. Boko makes the challenge. There are 5 minutes left here at Ibrox Stadium. Rangers lead by 1-0. Now there's a Hibs player on the deck on the far side.
Boko and Stensas have just had a major head clash here. You see it got away in his side of the head. I think he's out cold.
Well, Stensas still on his feet, as you can see, but Boko certainly took the worst of that. And the Hibs players are anxiously calling for the stretcher.
The stretcher they want, yeah. Not just the substitution.
It was a bad one. Well, the Hibs players, they're really worried here. They're calling for the club doctor, in fact, and indicating that the player's tongue is stuck down his throat here. This is an anxious moment for the player.
The problem is one of the stretchers is off, Jerry, that's taking Negri. And the ambulance people should go in quicker than this.
The Hibs players come rushing over in the direction of the technical area. They're looking extremely anxious. You can see Pat McGinley's unhappy about the time it's taken for that stretcher to arrive. was a bad collision there. Stally Stensis seems to be okay, but the doctor is coming on now. And the players came rushing over there just a moment or so ago, and it was the doctor they were calling for. So James Ledingham, the Hibs club doctor, goes over to the scene now. But I hope this isn't too serious. Sad sight for both sets of fans. Just a few moments earlier, Marco Negri stretchered off, but at least the player is conscious, and that's the main thing. But certainly his teammates looked very worried indeed. Meanwhile, Rangers, or Hibs I should say, are about to make another change. Michael Rennick is about to come on, and Gary Boland is interfering. Certainly he's got the tracksuit bottoms off.
Mike Rennick.
Sympathetic applause from the Hibernian fans for their player. So there'll be a fair bit of stoppage time now. So on comes Michael Rennick in his sixth season. Meanwhile, Andy Gorham tries to start an attack here. A long ball for Gordon Durie to chase. And the goalkeeper read the situation well. Durie is claiming that the keeper used his arm outside the box, but it certainly didn't appear that way to me.
No, he handled the situation very confidently. Getting the die and then just played it off. Good play from him.
So Durie showing great pace there, but the goalkeeper reacted quickly. Chris Reid to the rescue. And now the free kick is taken by Hibernian. Clock shows 88 minutes, almost 89 minutes, but there'll be a fair bit of stoppage time because of the injuries to Negri and then to Bocco. Meanwhile, we're told that Rino Gattuso has been named man of the match. He's the viewer's choice, Bell's man of the match this afternoon. Certainly played extremely well. Well, Gattuso got an award before kick-off, and he'll get another one afterwards. Paul Cooney is playing Santa Claus to him this afternoon. It's the header from Cleland. So just under 30 seconds left, plus stoppage time. The Rangers continue to lead by 1-0. It's slack play again. Stensis was caught. This is Harper. It's away by Gough. Barry Ferguson. Laid off by Durant. It's Ferguson again. We're now into stoppage time. It's Durant again. He's challenged though by Hughes. Chance for Hibs to break now. It's cut out though by Richard Gough, with Kenny Miller making a run. Here's Alberts. Dodds is with him. McCall's in support. Here he is. This is Tam. Well, not the best of kickouts from Chris Reid. He's rather disappointed with that as he tried to mount a Hibernian attack. Tim Duffy urging his men forward now. With no other option. We're well into stoppage time, almost a minute of stoppage time played. And that ball's out of play, and it's a throw to Rangers. So Rangers just about to close the gap on Hearts to 1 point. If they can hold on to this, they might even add to it. But they have to settle for the throw-in. Tight against the corner flag. But another few seconds are wasted. It's a matter now of keeping the ball deep inside Hibs territory. bit of dithering there again by Rangers. Well, it was Stensas who gave it away, but this decision goes Rangers' way. With a few wobbles from Stensas in this second half. Meanwhile, it's Gordon Dury, who's very much on his own. He's got the corner kick. We've played now 2 minutes of stoppage time here at Ibrox Stadium. Rangers still lead by Marco Negri's goal. So Ian Durant, it is to take it. Gives it shot to McCall. Takes the return. It's McCall again. Rangers just keeping possession, but they get the free kick there. An illegal challenge by Pat McGinley. Durant and McCall just trying to keep possession, and a shove there by the Hibernian player. Richard Gough is well forward. He allows himself to be dispossessed, and now it's Kevin Harper. Time running away from Hibernian. That's we're coming up for 3 minutes of stoppage time. Still they fail to put any pressure on Rangers. It's Durant now clipping it through. That was a very tight decision indeed. Gordon Dury did not look offside there, but Hibs are anxious to get on with things. And it was played through there. I thought Dury was onside. If you're in line, you're onside, and he certainly looked on there. Still play goes on. Almost 3.5 minutes of stoppage time played. And Stensas quite happy to accept the throw-in. So this is another one of these afternoons where Rangers have managed to grind out the result by the look of things. That's why they've been champions for the past 9 years. They could finish it all off here. That's Barry Ferguson. But, just a bit unfortunate there. Hibs had enough cover. The final whistle sounds. The Rangers pick up the 3 points. It was a hard-fought game, but certainly Hibs failed to put any real pressure on the Rangers defence, and Rangers will be happy to get through that one, having lifted those 3 points. Let's have a word now from Charlie Nicholas.
I think Rangers are probably the better team, but not in craft. I think it was just endeavour and hard work, and I have to say that Rangers, although they come away with 1-0 and 3 points, will be pleased with that. I think Hibs grafted well, and still they'll walk away with nothing, so Rangers take the credit.
So a 1-0 win for Rangers, and Paul Cooney is now with man of the match, Reno Gattuso.
Reno, congratulations, man of the match once again, so that's 2 out of 3 in the big games. How did you feel? It was a very hard game today.
Yeah, very difficult match. I'm very tired, my friend very tired. For Rangers, very important to win a match today, no?
And the goal, of course, at the penalty, it looked as though the goalkeeper did really well.
Our goalkeeper, very good today. Marco, very good, the score goal. For Rangers, 3 points, very important. Repeat.
Quite a day for you then, picking up the champagne and also the Bell's Young Player of the Month. December's going to be a big month. You've got to play Hearts, and then you've got Celtic at the beginning of January.
I'm very happy the player of the month and the man of the match.
Okay.
In December, very four match very important for Rangers.
Final question: how do you manage to have so much energy? You look fine despite covering every inch.
I don't know. You speak my mother and my father. I don't know.
Okay, we'll have to go to Italy for that one, Reno.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you very much. Man of the match there, Reno Gattuso.
Great line at the end there. So 1-0 to Rangers. The thoughts of Pat Nevin and reaction from the dressing room area, and all the rest of the weekend games, remember, after the short break, so don't go away.